Welcome back to Power Panel 365. This is your host, Star Coates.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Power Panel 365. This is your host, Star Coates. Today we have here with us Jerome Eubanks, book author, public speaker. How you doing, Jerome?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Miss Star?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
I'm happy to see you got that book in your hand, though.
We gotta hold it up to the screen,
yeah, let me find one too, man, so we can be a matching pair. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that's what that is. It was a good book, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good book, man. It was so much that you said in here that just, oh my God, man. I could go on for days with stuff that you said. You marked this book up so much, you know. I said,
You
okay.
didn't mark it up. You didn't mark the book up, did you?
No, I ain't tearing.
Well, you know how we do it. We usually mark it, put a line, black line right up under something real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You know what? This book is just, I mean, you can't get over it almost. It's so much that you express in this book, and it opens up a door for those of us that never saw you before, don't know who you are, but just to get to know the author. In the book, you describe a little bit of your life, the hell you went through in this book with the justice system in prison. But my questions to you today, I want to talk about God a little bit, and we want to highlight God because he's moved in your life and he's done things for you that either you didn't care that was going to happen, or that you didn't know was going to happen, or that it wasn't maybe even instilled in you as a youth, but now you're moving into those things. So, I guess I'll say one of the questions I'll say is, what was something that God has, or name something, because we know it's many things. Name something that God has done for you in your life that I guess that has uplifted you, or that has moved you in the direction that God has wanted you to be in. And just, you can name something that, look, I was going through this hard time, and I knew this was God. There wasn't no way I was going to be able to fix it. So tell us a little bit.
Well, I mean, I would probably have to go to one of the stories I think I told in the book, and it had to be the part when I realized I was going blind, and I was sitting there, I was laying in that book, and I was just like, man, God, I give up. I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? I can't be in prison as an innocent man and losing my eyesight and all that too. And I could say I probably gave up a little bit, and that's when he really revealed himself to me in those times right there. Somehow he just told me everything was going to be all right, that he had me. And from then on, I just had a very calm peace within my life after that moment, But, it's funny you mentioned God, because I think I was about maybe 18 years old. And I think I told you about my mother-in-law before. Very, very religious person. She had told me one time, she said, Jerome, God told me you're going to be a minister. I looked at her, I was like, who, me? You know what I'm saying? Me? She said, yeah, you. God is going to use you in many ways. He revealed that to me. And I looked at this woman, and I loved her. I'll be as my mother-in-law. I loved her. I've been knowing her since I was about 16 years old. So I loved the woman. And we went through heck to get where we was at, to where she loved me. And I just thought, man, this woman really is crazy. She must be losing her mind. Oh my God, gonna use somebody like me. She must don't know I can read. She must don't know I can read.
Oh God.
God bless her soul. I'm sorry, God, but yeah, I was just blown away. I just really thought that woman was crazy, but and now here I am, and I can see what she was saying. God revealed Himself to me, and what she told me was true. It just I wasn't ready for it back then. I thought she was crazy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought she was missing a link, but how right she was. God worked in so many mysterious ways that we'll never be able to understand His movement. And whenever we do try to figure Him out, we get left behind. You know what I'm saying? So we got to slow down and take the information very slowly and take it for what it's worth. Because like I said, she told me that, and I would have never believed her. Not that she was really crazy, but I just didn't see it in me. But she seen something just like God seen something within me. And I just had to go through some things to bring it out for me to believe. And I don't know if that was the sad part or the good part, but I do believe now, and I do have an open heart to who God really is, And even that, I remember one time in her church, they was doing something. They was reading scriptures. And for some reason, she has me to read the scripture. And stand up in front of the whole church. And I was like, she was like, Jerome, why don't you stand up and read the scripture for the day? And I was like, who? Me? Read? In front of the church? You picked the wrong person. I was so embarrassed, and I couldn't say no. So I was like, okay. And they give me the Bible, and I'm having a hard time flipping through the page to find it. You know what I'm saying? They already told me what it was, that I got to find it by myself. I'm having a hard time. I was like, whoa. And then this lady beside me, she said, here it is, baby. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And I'm looking at these big old words. These words seemed like they were like big, like giants. To me, I didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't know what was going on, really tell you. I just wanted to leave right there at that boat, But,
Oh man.
She was every name in the book for putting me on the spot. You know what I'm saying? I was hurt because everybody in church didn't know I can't read. So I went ahead and I don't even know if I said the first word. I think the lady beside me, the old lady, would help me because she must have figured it out. Because I passed the scripture page maybe 10, 15 times, and she, how, they look at you, they looking, so she must have kind of figured it out. And she said, here, let me help you, baby. We can say it together because I feel like I wanted to read the scripture for this morning. And I just looked at her and said, thank God. God, thank you. And the funny thing about it was the scriptures that I knew already because it was Psalms 23. Mm. And when she started saying it, reading it, I just said it along with her because I knew I knew it, but I just couldn't read it, But I had some fun back then, God was really in my life. I was just too dumb to realize it, I believe. But as I think about it now, it was a blessing. Because that Psalm 23, that same verse, is the same verse that got me through when I was locked up.
Wow. And you know what, that is such a beautiful thing, like, just to know that God is right there with you, even if you don't know, even if you don't want him to be there. He is there anyway. He's right with you no matter what. And just to give you those examples of when he wants you, You know, how things start getting hard, how
Yeah.
people are embarrassing. It's so much. But you know that it's like, okay, he must want me for something, but I don't feel like I'm worth hardly anything, you know, and I don't see what other people is talking about.
I did. I don't heard that so much. And even, I mean, you know, when I did the first 10 years and I really came to know God and respect God, I still didn't, I don't know the word I want to really use, but I would just say I still didn't fall in line with God, you know, and I feel like I had my own mission. I wanted to prove my innocence more than anything. And I was willing to do that no matter what I felt like I had to do. I wanted to prove my innocence. I was like, okay, God, you ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, you know. And that's how we seem to get off track with God when we want to do it and not let Him do it. And He got to allow other things to happen to us to break us down a little bit more, to let us know, hey, I'm in control. I'm in charge. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't believe God was in charge until I found out I was losing my eyesight. I speak on that a lot because that's the time I really realized that He was in charge. Because He took everything away from me. He allowed things to be taken away from me. I'll put it like that. And with the eyesight thing, I couldn't go back and do the old things that I was doing to survive. You understand what I'm saying? I had to finally give up and give in if I was to survive. So when the time I started losing my eyesight, and I was so hurt. I really was hurt at first. And I cried and I cried and I cried in this cell, under the covers, that is. Did nobody see me or hear me but God. But believe me, that was tears. you know, I couldn't let the other inmates hear me cry and see the tears, you know, but God seen them and I seen them and felt them, you know. But like I said, I cried and I cried. And one day I just couldn't cry no more. Seriously, I just couldn't even cry no more. I cried so much that one night that I couldn't even cry. I couldn't even be mad. I wasn't even sad. I was just like, here I am. Let your will be done. I don't care no more. And I can say that that's the time that my life really took a change for the different. When I said I don't care no more, do it to me you want. I don't care. Because I realized I didn't have control. I never was in control. The more I tried to be in control, the more I put myself in harm's way of the world. And believe me, this is a corrupt world because there's no love in it. You can't say it's not corrupt because there's no love in this world. And if you ever know anything about God and Jesus, when He gave us Jesus, Jesus is the ultimate love. So whenever people want to know what is love, they have to look at the blueprint of Jesus. That was a blueprint of love. But yet we don't want to show that type of love to each other. And He said we have to love each other. If we just start loving each other, I promise you it'll be a better place. And we all will understand God a lot more. And when we understand each other and respect and appreciate each other a lot more. There won't be innocent people incarcerated. You know, there wouldn't be kids starving. You know, wives being mistreated. Your next door neighbor hungry, lights off. If we just turn a little bit, we can change a lot. Just a little bit. Just an inch. If we turn a little bit more, I promise you we can change a whole lot in this world. It don't even take that much. You know, but we too caught up with the world and ourselves to actually care about the next human being. And as long as we continue down this road, I see things getting worse and not better. A lot of people don't really believe in Sodom and Gomorrah, but that was a true story. And if you look at what's going on today, we are headed down the same path. Very true story. And when God destroyed that whole place, it was because of the things, the unlawful, the hatred, no love in the town. That's why he destroyed that place. There wasn't no more love there. And if you look at the things we are doing and participating in, we are headed down the same path. Each and every day, we are crucifying each other. No matter for what purpose, if it's race, religion, wealth, looks, for whatever reason it is or it might be, we are continuously hurting each other for those reasons. And if we loved each other, we can all have those things. That's the key part about it. If we love each other, we can all share and partake in all those riches. But we can't.
Wow. You know what, that lady right, you preaching, man.
Nah.
Mommy-in-law was right.
Nah. You know, I mean, that I don't know. I didn't tell you, she knew I couldn't read, right? So I was staying with her one point of time. You know, I had taken my kids from my wife, and I went to stay with her because she asked, she said, come over and stay with me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to help you raise them kids. So I went to go stay with her, and she knew I couldn't read, right? This woman went out and bought the Bible in tapes form. And I used to listen to the Bible over and over and over. And then she bought me a tape of this preacher. And I would never forget this preacher. And he's passed now, but he preached about watch them dogs. I don't never even heard of him. But it was a heck of a sermon. You know, and every time when I go through life or things that's going on in my life, I always go back to that service that I heard of him. You know, because there's all type of people out here. They all are different in every form, fashion, and way. And the sad part about it, they don't mean you no good. They all want to steer you in a different path, in the path that you should be actually headed on, that God put you on, that God wants you to be on. They're always there to get you off that path. Mm. But we allow it to happen all the time. You know, we give in to worldly things instead of giving in to godly things. You know, and that's why I tell everybody I never, ever hated the person that put me in prison. I never hated, well, hold on, let me back up a little bit right there. Let me back up. I ain't gonna say I never hated him, but I was mad at him for a long time. Let me say that. I was mad for a long time. And the day that I was in that cell, and I told God, I don't care no more. Do whatever you want. I give up. You win. They win. Whoever wins, I give up, man. That's when I never had no harsh feeling towards anybody. Yesterday, I didn't really hate nobody. Wasn't even mad at them. Like even now, I'm not mad at them. It's hard for me to hate them because if I hate them, I got to hate me. I don't want to hate me. I want to love me.
Right.
Just like I want you to love you. Because if you love you, you're going to be a better person.
Yeah.
Your love is going to spread around. If you glowing, the glow going to shine on other people. They going to want to glow. They going to want to shine. They going to want to be happy. They going to want to know what you know. What are you doing that's different from what they are doing? But if you hating, if you built up anger inside, then they gonna, hey, you just like me. Hey, hey, that's what's up too. They gonna go along with that because that's what they want to see. They don't want to see nothing different within you. They always want to see the same that they produce to everybody else, so they can say they normal. They're on the right path. But the right path is loving God and loving each other as you would love yourself. That's the right path. You know, seriously, that's the right path. That's the path we all should be striving to be on every single day, every single moment of a day. Because if we ever did, we're gonna have more. That's God's gift. We guarantee to have more.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have nothing if you fight it because I'm gonna take it from you. You take it from me. Somebody else gonna take it from you. Somebody else gonna take it from them. Somebody else gonna want to kick you down. It's like an ongoing cycle. We have never got nothing out of what we have been doing right now as people. We haven't accomplished nothing. We're doing the same old cycle and expect a different outcome. How can you expect a different outcome doing the same cycle? You have to do something totally different to get a different outcome.
Right, and that's so true. You know, and me and another brother were just talking, and we always talk about if God was at the forefront of everything you did, even before you did it. If you consult with God and say, God, is this right? Or, you know, should I do this? How should I do that? It would be so much, and even though we say this, we're here in this country, in the U.S., and we say, oh, it's God's country, but we don't act like it is.
No, we don't.
You know, the love part, it's not always there, and to be considerate of one another, you know,
right,
lift one another, support one another. It's just. We know within our community how that already is. And I try to tell everybody, I'm like, I see all these different communities that get together and the things that they do for each other. And I say we all can join in, but it takes that level of wanting to, you know, just like you said, just a little bit, the little bit that you can't even see.
Yeah, just a little. A pinch. If it was just a pinch, hey, we could change the whole bunch. I mean, you even look at homeless. There shouldn't be no such thing as homeless. There's too many rich people in this world, especially in America, for there to be homeless people. I know some of them might want to be out there, and I can only understand because society pushes you out there to where you give up and just, hey, I'm comfortable where I'm at because I don't have to worry about you messing with me. But that shouldn't be no homeless in this world. I mean, it really shouldn't be. But yet it is. And even that shows you a lack of love. Just everything. Homeless, people starving. It's just too much. You know what I'm saying? That it shouldn't be this way. Everything shouldn't be about money. Because even the Bible tells you money is the root of all evil. But yet America, especially America, they strive on money. to the point of no return. That's why I said what I said earlier. Solomon and Gomorrah, we are living in those times. America is just there's no more love. Whatever love that they used to have or tried to have or wanted to have, I can't say what it was, but it's dwindling because everything is going back. You can basically see all the hate coming up out of people nowadays. People let you know they hate you now. They ain't even ashamed about it to tell you that if they don't like blacks or if they don't like whites or Hispanics or Chinese. People do not care at all nowadays. They are so freely to let you know where they stand at. And if you think about it, it's just going back in time. Everything is repeating itself. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. I feel like everything is basically repeating itself. And that goes for slavery and everything else, because that's what the prisons are for. So that, like I even heard you speak of that, most of the time. That's where all that's coming from. They keeping that going too. And it's all basically behind hate and no love. I pray every day we start loving each other, because I know if when that happens, I can just imagine the things that we can accomplish if we really loved each other. I mean, really, really loved each other, and not just saying it to make somebody happy or to get people out your face. If we really, really loved each other, and that's something people don't really think about. What would happen? What really would happen? What's to be scared of? We don't did and tried everything else. What's wrong with trying that?
All right, Jerome, before we close out, is there anything you want us to know? Where can we find Jerome? Anything you want us to support?
Well, I want to say this before I go. I really wish everybody would help support, me and my debonair, guilty until proven innocent. When a woman cries rape, the life story of Ronald Eubanks. I don't say it before. I donated all proceeds. I'm trying my best to do my part because I really have a love to help other people, and especially our kids. Because if we start with the kids, maybe, just maybe, if we start showing the kids more love, they will grow up and show other people more love. And that's my wish and that's my dream, is to help these kids be better people than what we were. Maybe we'll have another outcome than what we had or what's going on right now. And I just hope everybody, hey, if you can get it, if you can help support, please do. If not, I appreciate you just listening, just the thought of getting it. I like that idea. But hey, you can find me anywhere, Facebook, I think Twitter, Instagram, and it should be up under the same name, Jerome Eubanks. That's basically it. I appreciate you having me on today. I really do.
Thank you for being with us. Everybody go and support Jerome. Get the book. You can find it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. We'll put up some links for you guys so you guys can find it, okay? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Power Panel 365.
Thank you. You be sweet. God bless you.
You too, brother.
Yes, ma'am.